And I want to pick up on something that you said because, you know, we've all had, if you grew up, again, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. We didn't have, they said, well, we didn't have a pot or the window. Let me say that, right? And so we've all had situations where we watched our parents struggle, right? And saw them, struggle to provide and struggle to do for us. And, I just want to speak a couple of things that I think are important. One of the things that people don't get, with the conversations and about black parents and black parenting, right? The idea that black parents want better for their children and always have wanted better for their children. So many of our parents have worked from sun up to sundown. So many of our parents have worked 2 and 3 jobs. So many of our parents, and they do that to provide for us and to make sure that we have the necessities of life. Again, about the rhetoric and statistics and whatever, up until the 1980s, most black families had 2 parents. Up until the 1980s. Most black parents, and when I say most, I'm talking about 80% of black families had 2 parents, right? And so that, is something that's important for us to keep in mind as we're thinking about it. And the other thing that's important for us to know, is that these parents wanted, they want the same things that all parents did, and that was to see their children be happy and fulfilled, right? And so her father, I could see the way that your father thought about this and felt and saw, as you, because you understood that he went into debt to get his dog, right? You understood that he actually was going to owe somebody else and would be in a much, be in a harder place, right? Trying to work his way up out of this debt. And so, having to deal with the aspect of economic wealth, right? And economic disparities, and not making, not being able to be in jobs, have jobs available where you really make a good living for your family. That's a part of that too, right? And so, as a historian, I wanted to speak that into the record. We see the blues, and it is wonderful, and it is, but it's also born out of struggle, right? And I personally don't segregate the blues from gospel, right? Because the same, when I saw this, old churches, right, that had wooden floors, right? You kept time on the floor, right?
Especially the ladies with the high heels.
Right. And sometimes people didn't have a piano. Yeah. And if they did, it was just that piano, people singing, and then keeping time with their feet on the floor.
That was the drum.
There you go.
That was the drum.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, the experience that's born out of struggle, struggle to try to provide for your children, struggle to live in a world that is not fair, a struggle to keep from killing people in really bad situations, and then the struggle to get out of town because somebody said somebody's done something really crazy, and they got to sneak them out.
Yeah, gotta leave at night. Gotta get out. Gotta send up north.
And go up north with a cousin or somebody, because somebody's done something crazy to them, and they, who were expected to just kind of swallow things, right? And they swallowed a lot,
Oh, God.
They swallowed a lot. They were expected to just swallow it and to deal with it. But those of us who knew our fathers were real men. And eventually, it was going to be that.
Yeah.
Right? And so...
I never understood why my dad carried 2 guns. You know, even as a child, I never understood. We grew up, we see kids now just shooting and playing with guns and shooting each other like it's nobody's business. You know, but we grew up in a time where parents had shotguns and rifles.
They get around anyway.
And everywhere.
You didn't touch
We knew not to touch them.
That's right.
We feared our parents as much as we feared God.
That's right.
Do you hear me? I had a grandmama which tell me, she said, I kill you faster than a white man will.
Oh.
And that's what she told me. So I knew, you don't mess with grandma.
Or beat you like you stole something.
Beat you like you done stole something. I'm telling you. So we didn't steal either.
No.
You was taught that.
That's it. My mama used to tell me, you get more time for stealing than you will killing somebody.
Right. And my grandma used to say, I hate, it's 2 things I hate.
A lie and a thief.
A lie and a thief.
A lie and a thief.
You even knew how to act in the house.
Yeah, okay.
You wake up on Sunday morning. Now let's take it away from the fathers and the grandfathers and play the blues. Let's put it back on the mamas and the grandmamas. You wake up on Sunday morning, and the first thing you hear was, I love the Lord, He heard my cry. First thing Sunday morning. That's what you heard. And when I wanted to join church, my grandma, you ain't ready.
Okay.
You're not ready.
Well,
What can I be ready?
But my mama didn't tell me that. I went on a Friday night. Revival is 3 nights now. 3 nights? How you get 3 nights?
Out of 7. With a tent and some chairs outside.
I don't even want to go now because it's only 3 nights.
So y'all
But
see
it was
that this is
all week.
intertwined, right?
It was all week. And you had to sit on that morning bench.
That's what I'm talking about.
You had to sit on that morning
You ain't
bench.
ready. You had to sit on
You
the
ready?
morning bench.
And it's the mourner's bench.
Yeah.
Sat there.
Well, you know something? We never got it right because I just called it the morning bench, and it's the morning bench, and then it was
The mourners.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, and what about the song? Because we just say, who is Charles? Hey, Charles. Everybody say, hey to Charles. Who is Charles?
Hey, Charles,
But it's a charge to
charge.
keep.
Yeah.
But I just want to know, who is Charles?
And then you know,
When you looking for Charles?
All the Marines.
How to read? But if we looking for Charles, I look for Charles a long time.
When you were little, you understood God, but I always heard Jesus, or always heard God. But my grandma would always say, precious Lord. I'm like, okay. But she would say Lord.
Yeah,
It was precious Lord.
precious loud.
So I'm like,
Loud.
we serving who? I got slapped because I asked her that one day. They was having revival, and the pastor said something about the law, and I turned around and I said, Mom, who the law? Just like that, who the law?
You look in your eyes and get knocked out.
They did. I was saying, my head was on a swivel. I sat back real easy, and I didn't move. I didn't say nothing. This is the first time I held a Bible. First time. She gave me that Bible, and it was heavier than me. And she set it in my lap, and she said, with a deep, read this.
Okay.
And I was sitting there, I said,
Well, you know something's funny because
Read it.
people now, they put kids in time out and this, that, and the other.
what's time out?
Baby, I get my grandkids, we have 11 grandboys. Read this Bible.
Read the Bible.
Read this Bible. And I'm going to ask you something about it.
And then she
When I get
sang
back.
while you read that Bible.
Good.
She
Oh, I ain't
sang.
had time to say, baby, I was born to work.
No, my grandmother sang, read this. And she be sitting there humming or singing.
while you read.
Read
Why
this
you
Bible.
read?
Read this
I could
Bible.
hardly read for the Lord.
Today and then. Because look at the product
Right.
of what come from those people.
I can tell the difference in me raising my grandboys, doing something with my grandboys than their mother.
Right.
Than their mother.
Right.
Because their mother don't make them do the things that I make them
That's
do.
right.
Like I
Exactly.
say, I give you the Bible and tell you to read it. See what I'm saying? and they just, well, you know, Mama,
That's how they are.
That's what it is.
Mama will tell
Well,
you
you know,
that
it
ain't
never
how they
got you
are.
number trouble.
That's right. And then one day they're going to look back and they're going to say, Granny was right.
Uh-huh.
Because we wouldn't have never knew this if she hadn't gave us
That's
that Bible.
exactly.
And I always tell my grandchildren, my children, I said, you don't remember that one day. You remember
That's
I
it.
said that one
Said
day.
it.
You know, and these children nowadays, young white girl, my mother just got to the hospital, and we got to talking, you could see the blues on her.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you can see the blues without her singing. And she said, these children nowadays, and my son is suffering because of his own demise and the things he's put into his life. And I don't know where to get it from, but I guess I did a bad job. I said, hold up.
That's it.
I said, hold up, baby. You did a wonderful job raising your child. She said, but he just wouldn't learn. I said, he learned. He didn't want to put it into perspective. She said, how do you think he learned? I said, let me tell you something about these children nowadays. I said, I don't say it's that new generation. I don't use that excuse. I said, because when our parents and grandparents sang, we sang.
Yeah.
When they cooked, we cooked.
Yeah.
When they danced, we danced. When they went to church, we went to church. But when they went to work, as we grew up, we knew we had to work.
We had to work.
That's right.
They don't want to work now. But it's not because of anything we did.
Nothing.
It's choices they made.
My husband said just yesterday, said there's a generation that's coming up, they've had 4 years of doing nothing, and they're out there lost.
And I tell you, COVID killed them.
What you talking
A
about?
free check and some food stamps. Hold on, I don't care what color you are. Everybody will stop working. Young girl that worked I'm going to say Bessie and Becky. That's what we called them, literally. One was white, one was black. And they were both in their 30s. And they told us, well, we got children. They can't go to school, so we can't work.
Can't work.
They can't.
You
I'm
can't
like, why
work.
they do that? You're going to leave me on this floor by myself because I just retired from nursing. I said, I can't believe you're going to leave me. She said, I can't work, Miss Cynthia. And both of them left at the same time.
They had a break room there.
Baby, girl, please. Some girls went home, collected their check, got the food stamps, what happened.
Baby.
But one of them could sing. I called her one day, and I said, how you doing, baby? She said, I don't know. It's just so hard. I want to go back to work. I just started singing the gospel to her. And I told her, I said, you come on back to work. They got your job. I'm tired of working by myself. And she came back to work, and that was my girl.
I don't know how the young kids making it. You're going to jump in at any time, right? You're going to jump in at any time, right?
Anytime out.
You're going to jump in at any time, right?
Women talk a lot.
Come on, we talk a lot. We do that. See, this is what it look like in church, y'all. We got to bring our men to church. This is what it look like now. This is what church look like.
Just like this.
Just like this.
Women and one man.
Truth is, church has always been this way.
Yeah.
No. Church has always been this way.
Yes.
As people get older, right, the men come back to church. That's right.
From whence they came.
The younger men,
That's what I'm saying. We got to bring our men to change. And see, mine had to take me to church, though. Now, that's the God honest truth. It's not that I did not go to church. I was brought up in the church. I was Catholic. Then we switched over to being Baptist when we got to Alabama. I would go to church all the time. But I have a mean streak. I have a very mean streak. It is what it is. I'm an only child. And he called it the only child syndrome. And my husband, before I met my husband, the week before I met him, I said, Lord, I want a man that loves you as much as I do. And I don't want a man paying child support. That was on prayer. That was it. Bottom line. I guess he could have been drunk and anything else, but that was the point to me. And my husband, we call him choir boy. Because he go to church. I don't care what happened. And since we've been married, it'll be 11 years on the 12th of this month. I've seen many things. I've learned many things about the Lord.
Have you changed?
Yeah, oh God.
Because mine has changed.
Lord.
He has changed me, baby, to somebody I didn't know
When they say
existed.
bridle your tongue, I've learned to bridle this tongue.
He's taught me how to treat, I'm a woman. I was raising two boys after they got grown. The daddy's leaving. And then I started raising these two boys by myself. And he saw what I didn't see as a man.
Yeah.
I would sing. He would play his blues. He'd be back there playing his blues. And they called, can I have this? I need $50. I need this. My husband said, you're going to learn how to say no. And I looked at him. I didn't say nothing because I know it's a message in the madness with a man. But I just want to say, I know you didn't tell me I can't give my son them. But I just looked at him. I said,
we
say
the
no.
opposite. We the opposite.
But it's okay because I learned. I said no.
Y'all over talking about y'all husbands and what they haven't done and what they doing and going to church and all this here, but the church is really in you.
It's within you.
It's in you.
A building don't matter.
A
A building don't matter, but he wants us
It's
to
just
come
what God
together
said to come
in
together.
this building.
Yeah, he wants
He
you to
wants us to
fellowship.
fellowship together in this.
But you
we
gotta
have
learn.
to, the black man, we got to get him back in the church. It's just point blank.
But you know, they gotta learn
Because
like we do.
exactly, because our young black boys is looking up to that. We're gonna drag that baby to church. That baby going with us.
Oh, we was on drugs.
We're going with him.
But
We're
see,
going with,
at
you
the
know.
same time, you're saying we need, I'm gonna make this point and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
let him talk. At the same time, you're saying that we need to bring these men to the church.
Mm-hmm.
But the church is gonna take more than the church to make some of these men right. Because
That's in anything.
some of these men
That's in anything.
is mental.
That's in
Yeah.
anything.
And they are I'm telling you now, these people in the church ain't all they cranked up.
Well,
to be.
no, but we didn't say that. We didn't say that. But I don't care who else don't want, but I need them to see a positive person that looks like them.
But what did you say about yourself?
You
About
know,
yourself and
you
us
know,
on drugs. They drug us to Sunday school.
They drug us to-
us to daycare.
Baby,
in
I
the
stayed in
They-
church so
they
long, I
drug
was
us
like,
to church. They drug us
Jesus
to choir.
Christ.
We were on drugs when we came to
I
church.
swear.
But that's where we got a lot of our musical history too.
And you know something? Because a lot of our ancestors could not read and write. When they went to church and the lady stood there and read out, sister is in the hospital, da-da-da-da-da, needs some food, need a house fix, da-da-da-da. That's where they got the information. Because a lot of the people there could not read, but you may have one or two that could read that bulletin and they knew everything in the community.
But they could all read the Bible.
Yeah, they could quote the Bible. It's not that they could read it because they had to memorize it. What
Memorize
the
every
preacher
line,
or
yeah.
somebody had said.
Okay.